You don't have permission to post a YouTube video. It's true. Hello, it's me. I'm Steven Allen. How are you doing today? You. It seems like it's true because I watched a video of a person talking about getting demonetized on YouTube, saying that you can't drive in a car and film a YouTube video, which, yes, I thought that was a little etch-a-sketch because I was like, that doesn't seem like something that is safe to do. So now YouTube is cracking down on it. If they see that you are driving a moving vehicle while you are doing your video, you can't monetize it, or they might take the video down or say it's like unsafe activities or something like that. And I don't know how that affects people who are riding bikes and filming, or driving motorcycles and filming, or skateboarding and filming, or rollerblading and filming, or, like, how far are we going to take it? But she was also saying that you can't have anything in the background either if you're in your car. So you can be in your car without it moving and film a video. That's fine. And I guess the algorithm, the AI, whatever, can detect a moving vehicle, or they go by people reporting your video. And if it gets flagged, a human checks it. And if they see it's moving and you're in a car, you'll have issues. But she was saying you can't have anything showing in the background. Like, you can't have McDonald's logo in the background, the store, the arches, the golden arches, or you can't have Burger King logo, or you can't have Starbucks logo showing in the background. And people in the comments were like, thank you for telling me that. I didn't know. But I mean, this is YouTube. So if you were doing a feature film or a TV show, I'm an actor. So when I'm on set, everything has to be cleared. Whatever you see in the frame has to be cleared. All the people in the frame, all the people, what they're wearing, what they're saying, what they're doing. So any logos, you can wear clothing like this because it doesn't have logos. But if it's a design that is closely associated with a brand, you can't wear that unless you have permission from the designer. If you have any tattoos, those have to be cleared, because even if you design the tattoo, you didn't put the tattoo on yourself. And then you have to prove you did put it on yourself if you did. And you have to have a release from the artist. And then I think you have to have a release from the person who designed the tattoo, who drew it, and for the person who actually administered the tattoo. And then you also have to have permission from just everything. So I'm like, that's what YouTube is turning into. I kind of believed what she said about logos in the background and stuff showing in the background. I do think it will turn into that on YouTube, but how far are we going to take that? Someone is going to Starbucks and they're drinking from a cup. You can't show that. If you're doing a walk and talk, a vlog or something, people are walking in the background and they have logos on their clothing. Can you not say the name of the brand? Now, I get if you have a brand deal, a sponsorship, the video is sponsored by XYZ, which this video is not. I don't want the algorithm to think it is, and I'm not labeling it the way it's supposed to be labeled. No, it is not sponsored by anyone as far as I know, unless, YouTube is trying to sponsor on their own, or any other platform I post this video on. But I'm just saying, how far are we going to take it? If you're wearing a polo shirt and you have the little horse, the guy on the horse, you can't show that. If some brands are associated with colors, with a shape, can you not show the shape? I get if it's a logo, but what if it's not a logo? It's just certain colors, what if it is a certain specific color, not just like a blue, but like the certain shade of blue? Can you not wear that? Because let's say it's like the Tiffany green or the Tiffany blue, that jewelry store. Can you not show that because that is their blue? I don't know what you would do with it, trademark it, copyright it, the blue? Can you do that? Can you do that in the future? And then any old video that you have, it's going to be flagged for that? I just feel like you can take it too far. The makeup artist that did your makeup at Sephora or Ulta, if they do that, and they did some special designs with eyeshadow, or maybe they just did it basically and you didn't do it yourself. do you have to give them credit or get permission from them to show their work? Because it's art, it's their work that is showing in your video. And then if you did your own makeup, do you have to prove you did your own makeup? Do you have to get permission from these makeup brands if they have a special glitter or confetti in the makeup that can show in the video? I mean, this is what it can turn into. This is worse than, I mean, not arguably worse, because the whole point of film and TV is that everyone gets their credit, because people make movies and TV shows in order to make money off of it. So anyone that is involved with the movie or TV show should get their portion of the pie. That's the whole point. But with a YouTube video, you can monetize it, and it's being monetized regardless of if you're getting a portion of it or not. But then do you have to share everything with everyone? How far is this going to go? Because that's why I don't like doing anything with someone else's content. I only like to do original content now. I've grown by doing reaction videos, but reuse content, claims off of videos, I don't want to deal with that. Because I know even if that's not an issue now, maybe it's not an issue next year, it will be an issue, I think, within 5 years, within the 2020s. And maybe your whole account gets taken away if you have multiple accounts that get taken away, or I don't know. I just think that will be a thing, that everyone has to create original content. And that's where you want to be anyway. You don't want to have a career that is based on someone else doing their job, based on someone else being popular, like being a gossip column, like, I was going to say like someone who writes gossip, but people don't write anymore. A gossip, is it blogger? I was going to say gossip column, but that's not the thing now. It's a gossip, what are they called? Bloggers? Not bloggers. Well, whatever. A gossip person. You have to wait for a celebrity, a public figure, and usually someone in entertainment, if it's a drama channel. You have to wait for something to happen to talk about it. And then there are slow periods, so you have to make something up. And there's just not a lot of longevity on that. At some point, you're going to get tired of that. And that's what you're known for. You're going to have a hard time switching from that. And it's not original. Yeah, it's your original thoughts, but you're basing your whole existence on someone else's suffering, basically, or making fun of their suffering. So anyway, I don't know. I'm like, do you not have permission to post whatever you want to post? There's so many things you can't say in videos now. Words you have to avoid, topics you have to avoid. I'm just wondering how far this will go. Maybe you have a voice that's fit, because I'm sure if you're trying to impersonate someone, like doing an accent, that's fine. But if you're trying to impersonate a public figure, you could get in trouble for that, especially now because of AI. I'm not using AI for any of this, but you can get in trouble for that, if not now, in the future, because you're trying to make people lead people to believe that someone is saying something that they are not saying, or supporting something that they are not supporting. So if you are really good at doing voices of people, maybe you'll get in trouble for that, because people will think it is that person if you're not showing your face. And then even if you are showing your face, you don't have permission to use their voice. And like, who's to say that's not your voice? I know I'm just like going off the rails with this, but I mean, I kind of think about this stuff because we're just getting so extreme. It's like, you're supposed to have a freedom of speech. You're supposed to be able to say what you want to say. And then it's like, well, you can say what you want to say, but you have to deal with the consequences of what you say. And right now it feels like the consequences are that you're being silenced. And a lot of people can't even say things that are personal to them. They can't tell their story. It's not even like a political thing. It's just more so their experience. And maybe it's not a positive experience, but it's the truth. And they can't say it on this platform, whatever platform you're watching it on, because they can't say it in general, because it's just deemed not appropriate, or because advertisers don't find it friendly. And then maybe you say, well, I just won't monetize it. All videos that are posted to YouTube are being monetized in some type of way, whether it's a video or I don't even know, because I don't watch YouTube on a desktop anymore, but they used to have little photo ads next to the videos. So that could be shown next to the video, and maybe that company doesn't want to be associated with you. Like, they're okay with being associated with videos, but they don't want to be associated with videos about a certain topic. So YouTube is like, well, we don't want to deal with having to filter you out of our algorithm, so we're just not going to allow you to post videos like that. So I just thought I wanted to kind of talk about this. I just feel like it's turning into, well, what can you post? I have this background that's super simple. Someone could say, oh, I created this tile. Even though it's a basic tile, I can tell by looking at this video what measurement the tile is. I created that design, that shape, because you could say, oh, it's just a white tile. That's not something that you can say is a work of art. But then we have modern art, which is a painting with a dot on it. So someone could say, I created this tile. I want you to remove your video because I don't want my tile that I created, even worse with the design on the tile, but I don't want my tile associated with the subject matter that you have in your video. And maybe you're talking about hair products. Maybe they don't want to be associated with hair products of a certain hair type because they also have a company that makes hair products. Whatever it is, I'm just saying, how far can we go with this, with jewelry, saying, oh, I can tell the size of the pearl, or clothing. I made this top, this clothing, I don't want to say the SHIRT, because sometimes I'll say that word and it sounds like I'm saying something else, and I don't want the algorithm to say he said something that we don't want to monetize. So I'm saying S8, the top. And I didn't make this, but the company that made this could say, oh, we can tell the size of the squares that it's our clothing and we don't want it associated with you. So what do you do there? Like, you could be in a video, you could have a white plain background, you're not wearing a top, and then someone could say, it looks like you're not wearing, work appropriate attire or like public appropriate attire. It looks like you don't have, since you're not showing your pants, they can't tell if you're wearing that. And then you get in trouble or demonetized for that, or get the video removed for that. The glasses, someone could say this. I don't even want to say that because these are showing in all of my videos. So I'm not gonna even bring that up. I don't want anyone to get some ideas. I don't, so we're not gonna even go there. But I'm thinking even your hair, because a barber and hairstylist, if they do braids and they have like a certain design that they do with the braiding, that is a work of art. So someone could say, I created those braids, so I want a portion of the money, the revenue that you make off of your video. And if I don't get it, I want your video removed. I want to do a claim. So I get it for music, but how far can we go with this? And I mean, even the music that you create on your own, you can say that I was using live instruments. I was not using any loops. I wasn't using samples. I wasn't using instruments that were created by a software, by like a synthesizer, which that is okay to do. But maybe in the future, they'll say like, well, we created this synthesizer sound. We can tell that it's our sound. You don't have permission to use that. But let's say you're using all acoustic instruments, a guitar. They'll say, Well, we can tell the strings that you're using on the guitar, or we can tell it's a Martin versus a Taylor. So I don't know. I just feel like it's going to turn into that. And then it probably will get really bad at some point. And then everyone will get so like frustrated with it and will stop and will post on other platforms that give you more flexibility. And then everything will swing back to maybe you can post kind of what you want more so. But the issue is, I guess, the monetizing portion. That was my hand. I'm trying to remake the sound, but it's not happening. But I put my hand in such a way that it made like a vibration. I'm just saying that was not, you can kind of hear it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying that was not me. Well, it was me. It was my hand. I'm sitting on a bathtub right now. It's quite uncomfortable, especially for 20 minutes. But anyway, what do you think? Let me know what you think about this whole experience of you can't say things, you can't show things, you can't do things. How far do you think it will go? Are you having issues with what you're talking about, what you're showing, what you're saying? Some things are reasonable, I think, to me, but I just feel like at some point, what can you do? Like, there's just nothing you can talk about. You have to keep everything friendly and positive, and then you're just saying nothing. And then no one watches your videos because you're not saying anything. And then if you do try to say something, it's like, oh, I got defended because my mom, it's like, I wasn't talking about your mama. I wasn't talking about your daddy. I wasn't talking about your uncle, your aunt, your cousin, your nephew, your sister, your brother, your friend. I was talking about me or my thoughts. Nothing about you. This ain't about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. So I wasn't talking about you. But they get defended. They get all in their feelings. They take the offensive. No, I'm kidding. But they do get offended. And I heard that you can get in trouble for comments on your videos. If people are saying things that are problematic and you don't remove the comments, you can get in trouble for that because it's attached, associated with your video. Now, I can understand a sponsor saying, hey, we want you to check your comments because we don't want people watching your video and they're reading the comments and then they're thinking negative things about our product. I get that, which there are probably like legal issues with that. But anyway, I understand that. But posting a video and then I have to manage all 100, 1,000, whatever videos on all of these different platforms because someone left a comment that is not appropriate, they should get in trouble, not me. Now, if I had my own website and I was posting videos, then it would be up to me to monitor the comments. But since I'm posting to someone else's website, it should be up to that website because they're hosting. They're allowing other people to post comments. And they're like, well, you can toggle it on and off. That's too much. That's too much. They want you to post dozens and hundreds of videos over, years and whatever. And then you have to monitor all of them. And then you can get in trouble because you're going live and someone leaves a comment that offends people and it's showing up in your live. I can't control what someone else does. So you just have to do the best you can, I guess. But I do think now is probably the best time to get into this social media thing because as things happen and pop off and get more difficult, then hopefully you have an audience that can help you to get your account back if you lose it because of the things in this video that I was talking about. And also so you can have an audience before it's nearly impossible to grow. It's already feeling nearly impossible, but it's still possible. People are growing. People are moving and changing and coming together. But wow. Just watching that video, and it was a simple video. It didn't get a lot of views, and I'm sure there was a lot of incorrect information. Or I'll say some incorrect information about having things show in the background. some of that is true, but I mean, what can you do? So that means you can't go, obviously you can't go to a concert because that has music that you don't have permission to play. But people in the background, you don't have permission to show their face, so maybe they're turned around, but then they have a logo on their clothing. You don't have permission to show that logo. Maybe you're in a location. Also, locations, that's a big thing with TV shows and movies. I'm filming in my apartment, so this is my home. But do you own your own home? Do you need permission from the person that owns the building? Then if you own your unit, do you have, let's say you're in a co-op or something, do you have to get permission from everyone that has ownership over the building as a whole, like everyone there, because it's a co-op? Or if it's a condo building, do you have to have permission from whoever is in charge of the full building, like the homeowners association? Or if you're living in a neighborhood, the same thing. Or if you're filming outside, part of the sidewalk is not owned by you, it's owned by the city if you're living in a city or whatever. So I'm like, that stuff you can deal with in TV and film. It's easy. You just have to get a film release. But with YouTube, it's guerrilla style. You just want to film and keep going. Are you going to have to get permission from these public places, even if they don't have music playing, to film there? Do you have permission to film in your own home? Do you have permission to film in a hotel, in an Airbnb? Do you have to get permission from the hotel or the person that owns the home that's hosting the Airbnb? That's too much. I could see it turning into that, but like at that point, you might as well just make a movie or a TV show. It's the same amount of work, but you get so much more out of putting together a fictional scripted show or movie. But people want to just keep this simple and keep it light. An editor, and then we'll stop. An editor, they put their own personal flair into the video. So do you have to prove you edited your own videos? Do you have to get a release from the editor that you use to edit your videos? Because the way they chose to put the clips together, that's a form of art, and someone should get the credit for that and be compensated for that and get a portion of the ad revenue. And then the advertisers and YouTube and the social media platforms want to know that everyone has permission to post what they're posting. So you have to run down this really long checklist for every video you post. Anyway, that's what I was thinking about recently, and that's entirely too much, but let me know your thoughts. I'm Steven Allen. Hit the button, follow, subscribe, do all the stuff. Until next time, until next time, take a little time to make art and be brilliant. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.